Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody had some breakfast because we're going to have data for breakfast today, this morning. I am very, very excited to have both of you here. David Cerqueira from Benzel-Busch, Shirley Jones from CarPros Automotive. Thank you guys for being here today. We're going to talk about data this morning. I know you both use it in a variety of ways to make better business decisions, improve the performance of your employees, get the insights that you need when you need them. And, CDK surfaces data because we have a lot of it. You guys get a lot of it. It's not always easy to get to. And you guys have found some really, really interesting ways to use it and digest the vast amount of data to make those decisions when you need it. So thank you guys for being here. Looking forward to hearing from you. David, I'll start with you.
Sure.
How are you using the data, all this data that's out there? How are you using it every day to make better business decisions?
So we've taken a real great hold of Intelligence Suite from the recommendation analysis and how we're looking at what we're recommending to customers. What's the percentage of approvals? And what Intelligence Suite does for us is that it's giving us the operation codes that aren't performing well, right? So when you're looking at that and saying, okay, well, what is it? Is it a training opportunity for advisors? Have we priced ourselves out of the market where it just doesn't make sense anymore? And having just one source to get all of that data really clean, you know it's yours, it's active, it's live. That's what really allows you to create a great business strategy to make moves quickly. So we're looking at our effective labor rate. We're looking at our technicians' performance, right? And it's all in real time. So instead of kind of trying to compile the data and extracting it from different places, one dashboard, right? You're looking at your stack of your business there from the parts department, special order requests, technician performance. So it's all there, very easy to use, and it helps drives our business essentially. So
That's great. When we were talking, I mean, you were looking at your effective labor rate. You were improving that through taking the data, doing the analysis that you need right there in the tool to improve the technician performance. So really, really great example. Shirley,
Yes.
how are you navigating all this data?
As CFO of CarPros Automotive Group, we have 6 different rooftops, and compiling financial statements at the end of the month can be very cumbersome, as all of us will know. But we take that information, go right into Intelligence Suite, and we're able to streamline the process and create data in real time to present for our financial models of what we're forecasting and predicting for the following months.
That's amazing. I mean, we got service data,
Yes.
we have accounting data, bringing it all together. And that's really an amazing example. When we were talking, I mean, crazy enough, I got my accounting degree in college, and I know all about
Yes.
all of those processes and everything that you have to do with the data. It's really amazing to hear how you're using Intelligence Suite and in the interface and just being able to sift through all that.
Yes, with time limits of closing end of month within 2 to 3 days, Intelligence Suite has definitely given us the tools to be able to gather the information, get those calculations in, and just work through the entire end of month process much faster than we had previously.
That's amazing. That's great. David, so I know we've talked a lot. You gave a couple examples. Could you dive in to just a few examples of how you're using data in Intelligence Suite to make better business decisions for your service department?
well, I'm going to give you a real story. So my background's from the parts department, spent 20 years in the parts department, and I always like to look at special order parts that are aging, right? So being able to go into that dashboard and say, well, what are we doing with these parts, right? I definitely don't want to return them, right? The objective is to sell the part. So we just launched mobile service recently, and we had let's say 5 or 6 different aging parts, and really it was about the customer not being able to come back to us. So I said, you know what? Let's take a look at these every single week.
Yes.
I can tell you that dashboard between myself and the parts manager, the special orders that are aging they're just not existent, right? So now we have one platform to look at and to make a decision. Say, can we go through mobile service with this? Can we get something done? Can we take our business to our customers? And that's essentially what we've done. So that's one piece of it. The effective labor rate piece has been an incredible success story for us. We're only $3 away from our door rate, and that's taking that data and saying, well, how are we going to optimize these operation codes, right? Which just brought us to the point where our reimbursement, warranty reimbursement on our door rate is within $3 of each other, right? So it took us some time, but it's like every month, how are we trending with these op codes, right? Also holding service advisors accountable of not changing prices. So it's all there, and it's really easy to get to make these business decisions.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love to hear that as a product person. I mean, those sorts of examples and stories are just what makes my heart melt. Shirley, I know you're working over 6 stores right now. You've been in the industry for 35 years, I believe. You've seen your operations scale over time, whether it's 6 stores or, looking at different aspects of the financials and combining all of that together. How did your expectations change, right? Like, you started using Intelligence Suite. I know you have to scale your business. What were your expectations of the data and analytics that you needed, and how did they, meet what you needed for your financial reporting?
It definitely has streamlined the entire financial reporting aspect of it, from calculating the financial statement real time. We're able to take that information, pivot on business decisions of how we're going to project for our budget for the upcoming months. It also kind of piggybacking in regards to our service department. It gave us an overview where we could see all of the open repair orders at one time, opposed to going into one-A or one portal. But we were able to see them across the entire enterprise. So that also reflected not only in our service, but also in our accounting. We can see all of our balance sheets. We can see all of our GLs. We can see all of our schedules. So when you talk about efficiencies, Intelligence Suite has definitely given us the tools to be really more efficient and to drive down at a granular level to see whether it's expenses. I get really excited when I start to talk about this, but even with expenses, we're able to just see what the trends are and if we need to make any modifications on any of our spends.
Yeah, and you can compare stores
Most
side by side. You have a lot of benchmarks to see how they're performing versus the average, and just stay on top of all those. So lots of amazing ways that you can do it. So one thing that I find really interesting is how effective dealerships balance technology and real world scenarios. From your perspective, David, how does analytics support your staff real time, in the moment, in the service department, service advisors, technicians even? Can you give some examples about how they use it in the workflows?
So I'll go back to the service advisor scorecard and being able to show them the items that they're not good at selling, right? And what their approval ratings are. So you really allow, the data speaks for itself, right? At a certain point where we're looking at these dashboards, the advisor's saying, wow, I'm not selling this the right way. Maybe I'm not explaining it the right way, presenting these things correctly. So the service advisor scorecard, and we're looking at everyone as a whole team, right? Collectively, what are we doing to drive business? So I share those scorecards. We look at them monthly with the advisors, and really, since having the ability to see that, we went from a 20% approval rating throughout our advisors. We've had months as high as 28%. Right? I mean, and once you put out a scorecard there, no one wants to lose, right? So they're seeing that data in real life and in real time, and it's a driving force for us. It
Yeah.
really has been.
That's amazing. Shirley, do you have thoughts on that as well? I know you have accounting teams. You look at the entire enterprise. How are you guys using it just real time in the moment to make those decisions?
Making those decisions in regards to how we're forecasting what our expenditures will be for the following month, taking the data, um, downloading it into various reports, and we're just doing an account analysis. A deeper dive was something that we were doing manually before, and we're no longer finding ourselves have to do all of the manual work. With Intelligence Suites, it's giving us the ability just to really drill down to those key accounts and do the comparison, not just for one store, but collectively throughout the entire enterprise.
Yeah, that's amazing. The productivity, things that we're doing with AI, there's a lot of AI embedded in Intelligence Suite to give predictive lifetime value of a customer to help with those in-moment, in-workflow decisions that service advisors need to make, sales reps, also predictions with forecasts,
Yes.
right? Taking a lot of those inputs, getting out of the spreadsheets, putting them into something that's very usable and digestible. I think that's really the bigger theme here. Let's not overload ourselves. Let's make an impact with the data that we have. So I appreciate you guys being here. I know it's early, day 2. David, you're like on the stage all day long. So
No.
thank you for being here.
Thank
Shirley, amazing to partner with you guys.
Thank you.
And we're looking forward to doing a lot more with you guys and hearing all these success stories that you guys have in the future.
Thank
So
you.
thank you guys for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.